Hello, everybody. Here we are again for another loss, another show where we're talking about another loss. 4 in a row. Here we go. Hey, everybody. How you doing tonight? I am Peter Brown, the host of tonight's festivities. As of right now, I am flying solo. I don't know where Ed is. He's not answering my chats. So Ed is missing in action, but hopefully he will join us soon. If not, we'll lean heavily on your chats. But guys, thanks so much for joining. Again, tough loss against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is now in first place, so I guess you could take some solace in that. I mean, it just shows though that you could go from worst to first, right? I mean, they were 3-time wooden spoon winners. And now they're up in first place. So we'll talk about that some tonight. Then we'll also talk about upcoming match, FC Dallas, as well, because Dallas is pretty good. So, but we will get to that in just a few minutes. And it looks like Ed has joined the call, but we'll get to Ed in just a minute, since we'll talk about Caneswear, which is where you need to go shopping to get yourself one of these hats that I'm wearing. Go to Caneswear, best deals in town. They're going crazy right now with all the Final Four stuff. That's over now, so they can get more concentrated back on Inter Miami. They've got a great selection of Inter Miami gear right there in Caneswear, off 595, just south of 595 on University Drive. I can't get it right, but again, support a local business and, again, best deals in town. Ed, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Peter Brown. Hey, man, just barely made it. I noticed I'm a little off there, but it's all good. As all usual, good. The wife drags me to the mall and takes longer than usual. So, but I made it.
You made it.
But barely, but made it.
Well, my day was it's all about planning. It's all about planning. I did some shopping with my wife early this morning. We went to the farmers market, where everything is overpriced, but it's fun to go to. Supporting local businesses like we talked about with Caneswear. But $7 for a bag of popcorn, for example. My God. But it's not the movie theaters. Come on. But
they got to make money somehow, Peter Brown.
Came home, spent the rest of the day in the pool. So
it's not too bad.
No,
not too
easy,
bad.
Easy.
Oh, Peter, where do we start?
Oh, when I think of this kind of stuff, I think of something you say often. Oh no, we suck again.
Yep.
This is the team we know and love.
Well, Peter. The thing I was thinking while I was watching the game is we're dominating. I think I sent you guys a text, but nobody texts me back anymore.
To be honest, last night I actually went out with the family to dinner, so I was about 30 minutes late on the game. That's one of the things actually I like about the Apple TV thing, is if you show up late, it says watch live or play from the beginning, and so I clicked play from the beginning, and so I was about 30 minutes late, and so I was not looking at my chats because I did not want the game spoiled for me, since I knew that I was running a little bit late. I wouldn't have had to have some sushi last night, Ed.
Nice. Look at you getting all crazy with that stuff. Did you say hi to the fans yet, or I wasn't?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, let's go there before we start, ragging on our team. And Peter Brown, the first one I see here is B King.
Me too.
All right, cool. We're on the
He agrees with the title of the show.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, dude. It's been tough. And we got Jonathan Carranza is also with us.
Oh, we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, because I thought maybe he left us because, he's family with one of the ex-players. I thought he was going to be a Philly fan.
And we'll get to your question, Jonathan, in just a few minutes. First, we're going to say hello to everybody.
Yeah. We got Doopster following us again. How you doing, Doopster? He's one of our usual followers. One world, one goal, of course, as always. Following us since I can remember almost. Eric Thomas. Eric. I'm sure you're gonna chime in with some of your, commentary. Our good friend up north, Richard Greenberg.
I like what he writes. Hi, everyone. Don't worry. My team sucks too.
Yeah, but it seems like we're starting to suck a little more lately.
Yeah, but his team, I think the expectations are higher. I mean, they've got their DPs filled, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, I think the expectations and people question our coach. Do they? I don't know how many people question Bob Bradley. So I think up there in Toronto, the expectations are greater than what they are here in Miami. I would think.
Well, and Bob Bradley's, I consider him one of the best American coaches. So you would expect a much better,
right? Yeah.
But we'll see. Jose Velasquez is also with us. Peter Brown
asking if we're going to tank the season. My goodness, no, hell no.
Well, dude, it's still a little early. So
yeah, it's a little early.
We got a lot of people that are still hurt, and so there's potential there. But I don't know, man. Looks like I'm gonna get to it in a little bit. Marvin Mieles is also with us. Marvin Mieles
up there in North Carolina.
Oh, wow, look at that. And we got Anthony Ornelas with us as well. And I think that's everybody that I see.
Yep, that's it for now. But if you want to throw in a chat at some point, we will get to it.
We will talk to you guys about it. Peter, all right.
And so also one other thing real quick. As soon as I find my transitions, because we've been having guests lately, things are moved around. Oh, here we go. If you want to leave a voicemail, call 786-474-4435. I've got one. I have two currently, or you could say one long one. New rule, everybody. Just leave one. Consolidate your thoughts in 2 minutes. It's limited to 2 minutes for a reason. Try to do it in 2 minutes. It's
that goes out kind of out there for Uncle Ned.
Yeah, but it's not him. Other people are picking up where Uncle Ned is left off.
Oh, see, it's a bad precedent,
But it's fine. We'll play it. But I mean, it becomes a dissertation when it's like 4 or 5 minutes long. That's for Ed. Yeah. That's Ed and my job to do a long random dissertations.
What's up with that, man? I'm telling you. All right, Peter Brown. Where do we go? Where do you want to start? This team of ours.
So, I don't know. I pulled up some stats. I have a lot of different thoughts here and there. I actually did a little bit of research, some interesting things. But I don't know. I'm curious where everybody's thoughts are. My thoughts were basically that I thought that for the most part, going to what Phil Neville said. He said we played well. We had something like, I think, close to 60% of the possession. Let me see.
We were dominating, basically.
Yeah, we had most of the possession. I forgot where I have it here, but I took off my glasses. But yeah, we have the majority of the possession and nothing to show for it. What bugs me about this team is they do a lot of short passes. And overall, I like that style of football. I'm a fan. It's very South American. I like it. It's kind of the beautiful game. I'm a fan. But they're doing small passes, trying to get small passing into the penalty box, and it's just not working. They're cut. All the teams we've been playing, really have been shutting down those lanes, blocking, crowding the box, whatever, but and not allowing any kind of like short passes in the box. We do very few crosses into the box, either up in the air or just or low crosses. We do very few crosses. Heck, the game before this one, there was a cross, and Stefanelli got on the end of it.
Surprisingly, because he's a rather short player.
I know. The whole game I was like saying he's too short, but to be a forward. But he did get on the end of it.
But and that's one of the things I think everybody knows, that Joseph Martinez likes to receive the ball to his feet so he can score. Obviously, that's not working. That's how I think he made his goal for Venezuela. And it's
exactly
not working with us, man.
And look, I would be okay with the small passes in the box if it's working. Try it in the beginning. That's your style. Fine. It's not working. Go away from it. And to me, that's coaching. And I think that's where a lot of this conversation ends up, is coaching. And that's, there's more. I got more thoughts. But when I read the internet and I read the old chats and the interwebs and the Facebooks and the Twitters and the ticky-tacks and all that kind of stuff,
Ticky-tacks.
I'm not on TikTok.
I know it's TikTok. It's not Tic Tac, Peter.
I know. I said it wrong on purpose, Ed. Okay. But I mean, everybody there is just fire Neville, sack Neville, everything's like that. And while I think it's still a little early, we're not far away. And when if they're only sticking to one game plan, then I think it's coaching.
Right. Which might be the case, Peter. I mean, one of my big beefs is like we've got all these injured players, which were okay in the beginning, and apparently, we've had a lot of these players, they didn't even play their first game and they're already hurt. Look at Campana. We're on sixth game already, and he hasn't started playing yet.
And he's pissing me off.
Glass,
I put his name on the back of my jersey. Come on, Campana.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's I want him to play because I think he might be the solution, to all our problems, because then hopefully they'll start, because if maybe that's why they're not doing all the centers. They're not centering the ball because they know that Joseph likes the ball at his feet. But Campana, he'll provide a whole different,
Okay. But you already said it when Martinez scored with Venezuela, it was from a cross. It may have been at his feet. I don't remember if it was at his feet or his head. I don't remember. I saw the highlight, but I forgot. But it was a cross, right?
Right.
Let's do some of that. Cross.
And some shots too, man. What is the deal with no?
3 shots on goal, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah. And what's it called? Cincinnati had the ball way less than we did, and they had more shots than we did, and they scored. So that's really concerning for me. The lack of shots, the lack of centers. They don't. Yeah, I hear that. The lack of them crossing the ball. That's really important, man. And how's it going to improve? If we do play with two forwards. It's going to be concerning because there's going to be one less midfielder to provide the passes, and yes, Campana usually goes back and defends, which is one of the pluses that he has because he's young, but still. It's concerning, man. I mean, every day that goes by, every game that we keep losing, I just can't stop and think, damn it, we should have signed Pozuelo. That would have been the difference.
And that's why we were texting earlier, and I said that we're being held hostage by Messi. And in some way, I feel that's true because we can't make a move until summer. Because we don't know if he's coming or not. And so this first half of the season, if let's say Messi was off the table, like it was not happening, and we knew that before the season started,
right?
They probably make a deal for keep Pozuelo and give him DP money.
Yep,
I'm thinking.
I agree.
He proved himself last year. They probably give him the money. The only reason they let him go to Turkey is because they think. We might.
They think. Maybe.
Possibly.
Could happen. You don't know.
Get Messi. Yeah. Messi. And so if he doesn't come, we better have a backup plan real quick because I think that's the biggest problem to me is service in the box. We're just not getting it. But, hey, and speaking of service in the box, I want to get to Jonathan's question because he asked the question which from a young player that we thought might be able to provide that service in the box. That's Bryce Duke. Jonathan Carranza says, what's up, Pete and Uncle Ed? I want to ask a question about not only the last game, but the past couple games about Bryce Duke. How do you think he performed the past games? What do you think, Ed?
Well, he's not playing. He's definitely not the number 10. He's not playing the number 10 position either. He's kind of like trying to fill in for Gregory, is my impression, in which I don't think is his role. He's more of an offensive player. I think that's holding him back. But the thing is, it's going to be tough up there because you've got Pizarro that's kind of occupying that space. It's just it's tough. Who else would we have? So who's on the right hand side? I can't think right now. Um, what's the other player that's playing midfield right now? I'm kind of.
Mata. We got Mata
Yeah,
and Bryce Duke playing next to each other.
but
Then you got
yeah.
Stefanelli. You got
Oh,
Stefanelli.
Stefanelli. There you go. So Stefanelli is in there. He's kind of like a forward slash midfielder, I guess you could say, but he was playing forward, I guess. Um, I don't know, dude. And so that holds him back. That's not Duke's position, man. He doesn't. He's supposed to be up there in Stefanelli's position. That's my opinion. I think that's his true spot. He needs to be more forward and not trying to contain the
Right.
ball. He gets good ball distribution sometimes, but I just feel he's being wasted as a defensive midfielder.
I mean, I think he shined off the bench, and when he did come in off the bench, he came in that attacking midfield role. And yeah, I think that's where he shines. He is playing deeper, and that's not his role. He's not Gregory. And I think
He's not.
as big of a Duke fan as I am, because man, I thought about putting Duke on the back of my jersey. As big of a Duke fan as I am, he's not cutting it in the position that they've got him playing in. Again,
That's
is that
not his
him?
position.
Or is that coaching because he's put in the wrong position?
That's my opinion. I think he's just in the wrong place.
But
I
then,
think if you give him,
if you put him out, and who do you put in that defensive midfield position?
that's tough. That's tough. I get your favorite guy, Ulloa. He can.
I mean,
play the
that's your only
position.
option, right?
There's no other option, man. Put Ulloa there, and he could fill in the role. He's no Gregory. But
No,
Ulloa is the type of player that's going to get the job done. Might
sometimes.
not be. Yeah, sometimes.
He's not sexy. Not at all. He's not going to make
There
any
you-
kind of big. He ain't sexy.
He's not
Although,
Gregory.
I should have pulled this picture. Although he was trying to look sexy at the last home game. I don't know if you saw that. I saw. Maybe it bugged me as well. This bugged me. Is they're doing like this little fashion show coming into the games. The players, they like doing this. And Ulloa came in all decked out in cowboy fashion, strutting down the pink carpet, if you will. And Yedlin saw him, and Yedlin had like some weird outfit as well. And my thoughts were, if you put as much attention on the field as you do on your outfit, maybe we'd be doing better.
There you go.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's my impression, Peter Brown. I just think Duke is out of his place. I think he's going to shine if Stefanelli wasn't there, but Stefanelli's also he's been moving around. I don't know, man, but he's also he scored a goal, but
I'm not a fan of Stefanelli.
Not a fan. I'm just thinking that Duke might be the one that needs to be in that position.
I hear you. Hey, let's go, because we're gonna go off on rants, and this one phone call rant covers a lot of things we may talk about. So let's do some voicemail.
Time for your voicemail. Hello.
Hey, Peter and Uncle Ed and all the great fans. It's Italia, one world, one goal. Oof. Now, before everyone is all off with his head, that's like a British term, I believe. A lot of people are coming at Phil Neville, the Coach Neville, and, I understand that. But I do think he has tremendous value for this club. I think that he eventually should be moved into the front office, also to help with building out the stadium, because you look at our dear Kursa Tubby, what he had to do was try to build a stadium and build a team at the same time, and it's just too much. So I think in the future, plus if we want to bring in a women's team, and we've got all these other teams that we have from the academy, the U15s, and et cetera. So, and the Los Dos team, the Heroncitos. So there's a lot that Phil can bring to the table. And I do think our main problem is that we don't have a number 10. You look at the graphics for Cincinnati compared to ours. Ours looked cute. We had all the names. But you look at Cincinnati's graphics, they had the position with a picture of each player. I saw that they had a number 10 with the captain's armband, the C for captain. I saw their layout and I said, oh, we're going to lose. I could tell already because, of course, you got a great Colombian who knows how to get open and get a goal. Our guys do not understand the meaning of the word markup. They need to do drills on that. People have figured us out. We're holding all the possession, but we are not completing, in the final third. And our defense has been weak historically. We did have this problem that honestly I would take whoever's healthy, figure it out, make that guy the number 10, give him the shirt, even if you're allowed to at this point in the season. And if Messi comes, that rumor is really, I think, affecting us too much. Is he coming? Is he not coming? I mean, we need to be a professional team, have a number 10. If Messi were to come, he, I think, would respect us more that he could wait till the following year to get the shirt. You would sell twice the amount of shirts, too. So I think that, I understand for some reason they couldn't have Pozuelo, but we really only had about 6 months where we had a complete team. The first season was bad because it was things shut down, the pandemic. The second season, we went like 9 months without a goalkeeper. And then that goalkeeper finally came, and Marsman, and we've actually replaced him. So we're not even using the guy we waited 9 months for. And then the third year we went like 9 months without a number 10. Now we're going another 9 months without a number 10. And granted, you don't have to play with a number 10 in today's game, but you do need midfielders that can get the ball from the defense to the forwards. We also...
Cut off. And how about that? One World One goal went 2 minutes. No mention of Diego Serna.
Wow. Look at that.
That's a first, I think. I think that's a first.
There's a second part, I take it?
There is. Let's see. Part 2. I know I'm having fun with it, but we love One World.
Oh, now I'm like Uncle Ned going on to 2 messages. Yeah, so we, again, have an older, slower forward who's not able to get it done, can't play up there in that 9 position by himself. So once again, we need a 10, we need a 9, we need defense, we need a midfield. At least we do have a good goalkeeper, but he's got to work on his distribution. So anyway, I was watching the Miami FC game at the same time on my 33, and they really play with a Miami style. They're playing great. They either win, they tie, whatever's happening, but you always know until the last second there's still a chance that they could, come back and win or come back and score a goal. And our guys, we shouldn't be playing for a shutout. As soon as the other team scored, you could see our guys somebody had like a close-up of it that was on Twitter, and our guys were totally deflated and all yelling at each other. You can't do that. There's still plenty of time. You come back and you get your own goal. I mean, you get a goal. So, I know that we had one game in the snow and one game in the rain but this is going to happen all the time in the road or even in our own stadium. So the other team has the same conditions too, So granted, our guys are used to being in the hot weather, but still. Anyway, just want to say, let's try to play a little bit better style. We need some Miami flair. We need the fans to stay engaged. And we just don't need this distraction of, once Messi's here, we could have a team, or once the stadium's built, we could have a team. We really need to focus on just the basics and have the team unity, have them playing as a group, all moving together without fear of, retribution. It's just not a good look, and I don't think we should blame it all on Coach Neville. Anyway, so that's my rant. So hope you guys are good, and happy Easter coming up soon, and have a peaceful Palm Sunday. Okay, love you guys. Love the show. Bye.
All right, thanks. One World, One Goal. I mean, one thing she says, playing in unity and things like that. I think they are. I think they are more of a team than they ever have been. That's the one thing you can give Phil Neville credit for. But I also did see some commentary from other people on social media that basically said, well, the first 2 games, we all loved Phil Neville. Now we don't. They were doing well the first 2 games. Now they're not. We love to always throw the coaches under the bus when the team's not doing well. And really, at the end of the day, it's the players. But then again, like when I talk about like not putting crosses in, I feel like that's coaching.
Yeah. Yeah, he should have been saying it. But I did see a part where the coach was saying, the guys need to shoot because they weren't shooting.
Right. He did look upset about that.
So that's something. Yeah, guys, take a shot. Mota didn't try any. Well, he did. I think he had one shot.
He didn't do his normal 30-yard shot over the bar.
Right.
Which I would applaud it. I applaud at least the effort. Take shots. Take some. Maybe a rebound will happen.
He's going to shoot, like you say, he's going to shoot 30 of them and one's going to go in. So
it happened last year.
Yeah, one went in or two maybe. But yeah, he needs to take those shots. Everybody needs to take shots. It's just like they didn't try. I mean, the only one that was trying was Joseph, but he was always getting cut off or taking the ball away from him. It's tough.
And I know for a long time we've been saying Joseph isn't fit. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just not getting the ball. He's in position. There was at least one time I saw. I was watching some highlights again, and I think it was the first half where Stefanelli could have easily slotted it to him, and who knows if he would have scored, he would have had a good shot, a good opportunity. But instead, Stefanelli chose to take the shot. Can't blame a guy for taking a shot. All players want to score, but Martinez was in the right position. He was ready. There was one shot he took on he had a clear shot on goal that was very soft. That one, I mean, he should have put more on it, but while I was watching the game, I kept thinking no threat. They are no threat. The other thing I had a problem with as far as Bryce Duke, we were talking about him earlier, was that in this game, I thought he was doing a lot of back passing or square passing. He was passing to the side a lot, very little forward passing, and that's no threat. No threat when that's happening.
Right. It's it's really frustrating. I was incredibly frustrated because it was just like nothing was coming out for us, and it was just like every time we get the ball, we'd hold on to it, and then boom, we'd end up losing it. Another thing that I noticed, Pizarro. Every time they take Pizarro off, except I think this game it didn't happen too quickly. Our attacking efforts end. That was just an impression that I got.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat was complaining here. I think Doofster saying Duke's level is pretty low. Pizarro is pulling the usual Pizarro. Mata can't direct play, and Stefanelli is too short and slow. But Negri, I'm digging. I do dig Negri. I wouldn't agree with Pizarro's pulling the usual Pizarro stuff. I think Pizarro has been one of our brightest spots on the offense. But he is also part of that same problem in that he likes to play the short passes. And again, I don't know how much that's him, how much that's coaching. I don't know. But,
Yeah, but I just feel that the moment they take him off, we kind of lose our attacking edge. But yeah, he's definitely no number 10. Stefanelli is definitely no number 10. Both have been they've claimed that they could play that position, but they both can't do it. So that's a position we just got to come to terms that we're not going to fill it unless Messi shows up, and that's still an if. It even happens. Yeah. Because there's way more talk about him staying in PSG and Barcelona now.
Barcelona, I hear more and more.
Yeah, every time it's like more and more. And I just think it'd be a waste for him to go to Barcelona because he's already done everything there.
But as bad as we are right now, and look, if we lose 2 or 3 more games, they could potentially sack Neville. Does Messi want to come into this dumpster fire? He can come and be a hero, but
right. I think he would come in. We'd at least get in the playoffs if he showed up. Because him playing at half energy, I think would help us a great deal anyway.
I agree, but I'm just thinking ego-wise. Do you want to go to a team that is just dumpster fire? Burn it all down, because that's the direction we're going right now.
How do you convince them to come here for that bad? All you can tell them is, hey, man, the American dream Try to get some more dinero in his pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's he could change this league, and that's I think what they're shooting for.
Jose Velasquez says he is 100% not coming. Who knows?
I think he's
Who knows?
coming. I don't think he's going to come right now. I think he's going to extend with PSG for another year.
Oh, Anthony agrees.
Or
give up the
with,
ghost. He's not
Barcelona.
coming.
Yeah. He's still good enough, man. He could stay in Europe. That's what it comes down to. If he still has that hunger for playing champions, he's going to go to Barcelona. They're probably going to make the Champions League as well, or PSG might do it as well. He's in a good position right now. He's, tough sell.
Sports Shorts checking in saying, I don't think Messi would come because he would want to finish his career winning games. One World, One Goal thinks he might come in about 2 years. I don't want him in 2 years. 37? Right. I think he'd be 37. Damn. And look, we need to sign a DP now. We need somebody in that mid. We need it doesn't have to be a DP, but we need a difference maker in that midfield. And if we sign a player like that, it's probably a 3-year contract. So 2 years, do we have space for him? Granted, next year we're off our sanctions. We got a little bit more money. Jose thinks he's going to Barcelona. It's sounding more and more like it that he might, but you never know.
Yeah, just as much as I'd like for it to happen, it's just and the thing is, like you said earlier, we're that's what we're shooting for, and we're suffering because of that. We could have had Pozuelo. I think we would have had a good enough team. But then, Pozuelo would have wanted a contract for a few years, and then we would have had no option for Messi. So they're keeping that option open.
All right, Ed, let's look at our one chance for our real goal. Was that a penalty or not? Pizarro gets taken down in what we think looks like he's in the box. Is that a penalty?
Peter, he fell inside the box. When I saw that,
he fell in the box, but where was the foul?
The foul was outside. I think
as you can see,
the VAR did well. They did well in challenging it, and they got the correct the correct judgment on that. I was happy because I was like, okay, man, we're gonna get on. We're gonna get a goal in. That's good for us.
Yeah.
If it would have been a penalty, that would have been great. I think it would have changed the whole game. They would have attacked more though. So I don't know.
It was an exciting moment, but that's a time where the VAR got it right. The other image I wanted to show is another screenshot I did. This is the goal, and I know we like to blame our players. Sometimes we say they're wrong positioning. I don't think there's really much wrong here. That's Yedlin jumping up with I think their player's name is Mosquero or something. I think that's Yedlin jumping up. Yedlin's shorter, and this guy could jump a little higher. I think at the end of the day, he was covered. And there was nothing Callender could do.
And Callender was there, man. I think his hand
just came in fast.
Would have been. Yeah. If his hand would have been a little bit, a couple seconds over here, he would have blocked it. He was really close, but there's nothing you could do about it, man. That was just one of those, damn it, we were dominating and they got the score on us first. And, what else can we do? Just we took it. Unfortunately, we can't. There's no way we can recuperate from that. We never were able to recuperate. We didn't even have enough shots on goal. And it was just incredibly frustrating because you see that we've got the ball in our feet the whole darn tootin' game, and we just can't shoot or score or whatever.
Anthony feels he wasn't covered well. He's slightly out of position. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
He jumped with him. I don't know. It happens fast. I don't know. I'm not going to claim to be the know-it-all on this kind of stuff, but it looked like he was fairly well covered. But one guy's shorter than the other.
Yeah, he's shorter. I think he would have been a foot, 1 foot over here, one step over. He may have been able to block it, but it is what it is.
It came in.
That's why I was saying Callender could have blocked. He was right there. He almost had it. I think he got a finger or two on it. but it still went in. So
yeah, I think I think overall, I know we've complained about our defense over the years, but overall, I think our defense has definitely improved. Losing games 1-0 and things like that, and not massive losses. We're in the games. We just can't score, and
that's it. That's what it is. We were in this game totally. We just don't shoot. We don't score, and that's our big problem. That's why we need Campana to be, on top of things already. He needs to be playing. We need, Mr. Glass back too. I think he's a good player. He could contribute, but he just gets hurt all the time.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Robinson in case you don't know who
Mr.
Glass is. Yeah, he's always hurt. But Campana's right there with him, man. These guys are getting hurt, and that's another thing that I said earlier. Is it the coaching? Are the practices too tough?
I wonder that.
We just have too many hurt players, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
According to Jose Camacho, Campana was in Miami at the Miami Open eating fried chicken and French fries on Friday. Hopefully he's not getting fat in his time off, enjoying his time off too much. He's enjoying his time in Miami. Dooster calling it a French fry sabbatical.
Dude,
that's pretty good.
It is rather annoying because you see him; he's out there in practice. He's of course they got him practicing on the side or whatever. So you're thinking he's walking around, he's doing all these events. I mean, I got a call from one of the Legion members who saw him at a restaurant with the other players, with a couple other players, and so he's out there doing stuff. He's moving around like nothing, like your average Joe, but he's not playing. I mean, how hurt is he really?
Yeah, Sports Shorts talking about we're training too hard. Maybe they're training too long in the heat. You wonder because I know that we talked about Toronto at one time and that they have a lot of injuries as well. But it does feel like we do come down with like an exorbitant amount of injuries every year, and it does make you wonder. I mean, they need to be fit. You're playing in this heat, but I don't know if I remembered seeing that many major injuries for players in the Fort Lauderdale Strikers. When I was watching Fort Lauderdale Strikers playing in the same exact heat, yes, it's at a different level, but it's still competitive. Playing in the same heat, I don't remember as many major injuries, that we're seeing here with Inter Miami, playing in the same location, same heat, same everything. So
that's something, man. I don't know what to think anymore.
We now find ourselves in 10th place. Oh. Cincinnati for the first time ever in club history, thanks to us, first place.
Wow. Look at that.
It's early. Who knows if they could stay there, but first place. Womp, womp, womp. Next up, Ed, we're playing Dallas.
Dallas? Oh, and how's Dallas doing that? And I haven't even really been following that much because I wanted to see, I was trying to actually get, what?
I don't know. Dallas, what's what, Ed?
You're wearing an FC Dallas hat. What is this? Are you a Benedict Arnold?
I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play Dallas.
All right. So okay. All right. Good thing you got that. That jersey that's Inter Miami. Otherwise, I never would have recognized you.
So you guys love to give me a hard time that I'm an Orlando City fan because I like to go to Disney. But in all reality, while we didn't have an MLS team, I wanted to cheer for a team. And I almost moved to Dallas. So I bought this Dallas hat, and that Dallas was my MLS team before Inter Miami. So I have a soft spot in my heart for Dallas. This actually is the hat I wear when I mow the lawn. So it's like I don't care if it gets sweaty and stinky and all that kind of stuff, because I don't really care anymore. But this I did go to see Dallas play in their stadium and things like that. So I know a little bit about Dallas, Ed. Figured I'd put on the
good
Dallas
thing.
Hap since we couldn't find a Dallas podcast to talk to because they just don't have very many, right?
They don't
like
have
none.
many. There's at least two of them that I know of. I reached out to both. They weren't available. One of them even suggested another guy that was on one that stopped doing a podcast.
Right.
So I was just like, what is the deal? You guys don't have many people doing podcasts? And he was like, no, we really don't have that much coverage. So I'm like, wow, do they have fans? I mean, have you watched any of their games, Peter? Are there people supporting them?
Yeah, I actually watched. So I figured, I could cover Dallas for you, Ed, if you wanted.
Okay. Well, yeah, we don't have an option now because the other guys couldn't do it. So here we are.
I did watch today while I was hanging out by the pool. I watched Dallas play Portland. And for the most part, Dallas, I thought, looked really good. They controlled a good chunk of the game. I thought, they can make Inter Miami, pay with Jesus Ferreira. We all know Jesus Ferreira from the U.S. national team. Paul Areola, also from the U.S. national team. Two quality players, legit. I always want to say legit. Too legit to quit, but Letjet.
He is
whatever
legit.
His name is.
Yeah.
He's there as well. Also a national team player.
I think he's the one that dates
Becky G.
Becky G, yeah. So, man, they've got some quality players on that team. I mean,
yeah, they do. And
U.S. national team level.
And then, pulling the strings in the midfield, you got Pomical there who was promising as a young guy, but then got injured a bunch, and then he's looking better. But they are not going to be an easy team. And you were asking if people are showing up. The way things they've been getting better. They look, Dallas is the home of the National Soccer Hall of Fame now. They put that in one of the end zones there, and I haven't gone there since they put that there. But they've kind of reinvigorated a little bit, at least the fan base for now. The real challenge for Dallas is, will they show up in that 200-degree heat in the summer, because it gets real hot in Dallas. But right now it's a nice temperature, and I think they said they had a sold out crowd there, so it was a good crowd there.
Nice, yeah. Well, that's cool. I guess it's just the fans who just are. I guess they don't believe in podcasts like we do. We have something. I think it's incredible. A resurgence of we got a lot of coverage, a lot of podcasts. So I think that's good for us.
Nobody cares about
Dallas
that.
Needs.
Our friend Chris Harris from World Soccer Talk says that I need to give my FC Dallas analysis with a Texas accent.
Oh, there you go. Can you do it?
I can't. I don't. The funny thing is, I went to Dallas and actually, this hat is old as hell. I bought this thing like 16 years ago.
Yeah. You can see the logo on your left-hand side.
Oh yeah.
Left.
You can see
Your
the old. Where is it? The old MLS logo is there.
Yeah,
it's an old hat. So yeah, I bought this thing like 16 years ago when I went on a trip there, and when I went there, I went looking for jobs. I went looking at houses. I was pretty serious about potentially moving there, and so we also went to a game. And the one thing I did not hear, and my wife was actually upset about this, we did not hear a whole lot of Texas accents there. They sounded just like us. Until we went to like this one restaurant where there was some, the waitress had a kind of southern drawl or whatever. But for the most part, there wasn't a whole lot. It's a big city. Right. But anyways, let's get rid of that.
Yeah, I was going to say, sheesh.
So, One World, One Goals also mentioning that our friend Fernando Clavijo used to coach for them. He was also there with their academy. I think when I went, I don't remember if I had a connection with Fernando yet. Trying to remember. We did meet Fernando when he was coaching with Colorado Rapids. He gave me and Julio a free jersey, which was nice. I don't remember if that was before or after Dallas, but anyways, a new Weissman checking in, doing his southern accent. Hey y'all,
Hey, y'all.
Yeah, hey y'all. But anyways, Dallas is going to come in here, Ed, and there is plenty of firepower coming in. Although they didn't against Portland. Portland's always strong. So against Portland, it was kind of a similar game to what we had. Not a ton of chances. That game ended 1-1 in the dying minutes. It looked like Dallas had this game in the dying minutes. But so they were shut down for the most part of the game. Ferreira didn't do a whole lot. Areola didn't do a whole lot, but they've got another kid. I forget his name, Varcona or something. It starts with a V. But we could definitely shut them down. But Portland didn't have a lot of chances against their defense either. So will our offense have any chances against Dallas? I don't know. Dallas is currently sitting in 6th place in the West. Meanwhile, Portland is below in 10th.
Wow. So what you're saying is we got a chance, Peter Brown.
There's always a chance. What I'm saying is there's not much of a chance. I'm thinking we're going to struggle. We don't have anybody to get the ball to our forwards. I'm afraid of that. So speaking of forwards, I didn't want to waste my research because somebody actually mentioned in this chat something that I had already previously done research on, and that is our players' height. Ed, what do you think the average? And I didn't do the entire team. I did mainly our starting lineup and a couple of important substitutions, right? It's people that might play in a game, not so much the bench warmers, but the people that we see on a regular basis. I did a average height. What do you think the average height for Inter Miami currently is?
I would say, I know we've got Stephanie short. We got a couple tall players, but our average, I would say maybe 5'9".
How tall are you, Ed?
5'9".
You'd be tall. You would be taller than the average.
Really?
Of this team.
Wow.
5.8.
Wow, look at that.
Almost 5.9. There, it's leaning towards 5.9. If I did the averages correctly, it would go up to 5.9. But really, it's 5.8.
Wow, man. And it's funny because I think of all the people that we hang out with, I'm the shortest one. I think you're taller than me. Julio's taller than me, but not too much. You guys aren't.
We're not towering over you. I'm 5'11". Yeah. At 5'11", Ed, and I don't consider myself tall. I'm just an average height guy. At 5'11", I'm taller than a good chunk of our players by a lot.
Wow.
Stefanelli, you said he's short. He is 5'5", Ed.
Yeah, he looks like a midget in that thing. I mean, the guy could play. I'll give him that. He can play, but in this type, at least the way in the teams we've been playing, you could tell the height's not there. I mean, he's not the type of guy you want to, center that ball to. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to be the solution. We definitely needed that 10. It's just, man, it's so frustrating. And that's what I wrote to you guys after the game. I was like, this was a frustrating game. I like that we had possession because we usually don't have possession. So it was good to see it, but we just didn't do anything with the ball. It's a waste when you have the ball at your feet all the time and nothing comes out of it.
Yeah, Baldwin calling out my math saying 5.8 is not 5 foot 8 inches. But the way I did it, the math, it's 5 feet 8 inches. I just said it wrong. And he's also commenting on Martinez is the best short forward. I think he said he's 5'8" as well. Our tallest attacking player is. Who would you think our tallest attacking player is, Ed?
I'd imagine Borgelin.
Exactly. Borgelin is 6 feet 4 inches, and that's one of the reasons I want to see him in the game more. I don't think height is everything, but when we talk about not doing crosses, maybe they're not doing a lot of crosses because we're short as hell, and they're not going to win a lot of headers. Martinez is on the shorter side, but he does have good hops. Like they say in basketball, he's tall. Johnny Velasco is saying Messi, Maradona, height is not an excuse. No, but it does play a part in the game. It does play a part. Not everybody can be Messi and Maradona. Okay,
that's true.
Height comes when you're jumping for a header. Height makes a difference.
When you're talking about your average player, these guys, of course, are the best the world has ever seen. So, of course, yes, they're short. God gifted them with, their abilities. But in our case, we've got journeyman players, I guess you could say.
Right.
And that's that reminds me of the Miami Fusion. We didn't have like real at least 2001, the last team that we had. We didn't have like really standout players. I mean, maybe you could say Chacon. But even Diego Serna wasn't like the most incredible player in the world.
Don't say that.
I know.
Ed.
I don't want to say one world.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, he was good, but the thing is, they complemented each other so well. And these were, your average players. Look at Jim Rooney was a great player. He was a great leader. But did you think he was like an elite player? Yeah. Did he ever play for the national team? I don't remember them ever calling him in. If so.
No, we talked about that before, saying that the Miami Fusion was just a perfect combination of players. And so going back to that perfect combination, speaking of one of those players that was part of that combination is Chris Henderson. And we want to give Phil Neville a hard time, and everybody wants to sack Phil Neville. But Chris Henderson cannot get off that easy. He hired a lot of these short ass players and put them on the squad. I know height isn't everything. My creative midfielder can be tiny. I don't care. But guys that are getting on the end of the cross, I need some height. But I don't think Stefanelli's really the answer. And yet that's he was brought in during Henderson's time. I mean, all these players are brought in. A lot of these players now are Henderson's, not Pizarro, but a lot of these are Henderson's players. And so Henderson has to take some blame for this as well. But I mean, then again, I keep going back to we're hijacked by Messi because we're handcuffed because we hope. We hope.
There you go. That's what it is. We're handcuffed. We're just, but there are bright spots. I like Negri.
Negri has been great. I like Negri a lot too.
His addition to the team has been, on point, I think. I think we could have a pretty decent team if we also had if everybody wasn't injured as well, Peter. I think we got a decent team still. Would we have been better with Pozuelo? Obviously. I think
sure.
we would have been up there with the top teams, but we've got what we've got, and they need to start meshing together and hopefully become a Miami Fusion of the present time.
Yeah, and back to the height thing, Campana, we talk about wanting Campana back. He is 6'2", so he's got some height, and he does that job as well of holding the ball up. And that started to happen a little bit when Borgelin came in for the few minutes that he played. He held up the ball a little bit, stuff like that.
He just doesn't get enough time, I think.
Sports Shorts says, if we don't get Messi this year, I think we should move on and build on what we have. I agree. If we don't get him this year, forget about next year, forget about 2 years. We'll handle that at that time. You got to bring in a quality midfielder that can distribute the ball, a Pozuelo type, which Pozuelo proved. Pozuelo wanted DP money, but he proved he wasn't the most expensive DP, right? So he's a more affordable DP had we chose to pay him. All right. So a new Wiseman trying to talk some sense into us, saying that Miami fans forget that they're still under the financial penalties from Tubinomics. No, we don't forget, but you want to win, right? You got to win,
right? And I got to give Henderson some credit, because even though we're still doing it with the Tubinomics or whatever, nomics or whatever he said, he's still making it work, man. I mean, he's getting these players. Some quality players, with still all these restrictions. So,
no, I agree. He's done well, and the team is, and we're coming down hard on him and everything. And the team overall, I think, does look better. Overall, they look better. We just have to find a way to get
score
in the net. Jose still has the dream. Freedom to dream.
We can do it, Jose.
Yeah. So Ed, last thoughts on this, and then I found something I wanted to share with you. I just thought that was interesting. What do you think? What do you think the goal score? What do we get?
Against Dallas, I'm going to think a little positive. I think we could probably do a 2-1. Hopefully we can get in Campana towards the end of the second half. Hopefully he's getting better. I think if they keep Pizarro in there, because I think we're a little bit better with him. Yes, he holds onto the ball too much, but he recovers the ball as well when he loses it. So I like that. He's hustling back, and I don't think he's gonna score. Somebody else has got to score. Maybe what's his name? Joseph will finally get a goal in, and I think Campana might be doing the other one. So crossing our fingers that we've got a better game this coming weekend.
I'm with Richard Greenberg up in Toronto, 1-1 with Dallas.
Oh!
Yeah, I just, it's hard for me to, I want to win, obviously, but I just don't feel confident.
All right.
So, Ed, as I was watching the games this weekend, I was watching, how you see the field boards and everything and advertising. I saw an advertising that I just thought was interesting and just there's a little filler because I think we've complained a little bit enough. Did you know, Ed, MLS now has a credit card?
Really?
You can get an MLS credit card. Well, you could join the wait list at least. And check this out. I was interested because I was like, well, I'm not interested if it's just an MLS credit card. I don't care about that. But
right, you want your team.
Do they have our team? And they do. Where's the button to show? Let's get there. There do. It is. Look at that.
Nice.
They have an Inter Miami credit card. How nice does that look?
That looks pretty cool. So you're going to get it just because?
I was thinking about it, but then look, you want to get a credit card. I'm not telling anybody to get a credit card, but if you buy purchases on MLSstore.com, which we prefer for you to use Caneswear, but if you were to go to MLS Store, you get 5 times points on purchases, 3 times points on gas, 2 times points on dining, and some more points on eligible purchases. Don't talk about the APR because it sucks. 29.9%. Pay your bill on time because that will kill you.
Hurt you.
That will kill you.
But your finances.
I just thought it was fun that there was an Inter Miami credit card that you could potentially get.
That is kind of cool, Peter Brown. I like that.
You could go with just the generic MLS one if you so chose. I'm a sucker for this kind of thing. It's stupid because, it's just a picture on a card. But, I've got my Disney card.
Right. You got that one with Mickey Mouse on the face. I got you.
Oh, Kurt. See.
Since I insist, right?
Hang on. Let me see if I can do
this. Bust that wallet out.
Let me see if I could do this without so you can't see anything important. But, yeah. See, look.
Oh, you got good old Chewbacca on there.
Yeah.
Nice.
And imagine having something like that, but with Inter Miami on it. That's kind of cool. And One World, One Goal is saying there were credit cards back in the day. I know, but there hasn't been any in a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I thought that was kind of fun. Cool. Would you get yourself a Inter Miami credit card, Ed, or you're like, no, I don't want credit cards?
No, I'd probably just do it just for shits and giggles, just to be able to bust it out and they can see that. I
earn some points Miami here and there.
Card. Yeah, kind of like the license plate tag. I want to get that too. We should probably try to tell people to go to the website and sign up for that because I think what was it? You needed to have at least 3,000. People need to reserve. Is that what they need to do? Reserve the license plate. And I think I think Peter, last time we spoke about it, there was only 200, 300 people that had done it. Peter's got to use his glasses. I just wear my glasses because I like to see things.
You could see the reflection of the lighting.
Yeah, you could see that on mine too, but I don't care.
And I have the no glare, but
there you go.
It still shows because it's very bright. Yeah, I had to put on the glasses. Yeah, I didn't have this pulled up, but I'm going to it if it comes up.
Yeah.
If it comes
up, you
up,
have to look it up because I think it's something interesting. We should all try to, support because if you want to have your license plate, I mean, it's cool as a credit card is. I think it's even cooler to have that license plate. I mean, I've got my magnet in the back of my car, and most of the cars here at the house have one. But I think it's even better if you got that license plate showing off, and you got that credit card showing off, and you're wearing the Inter Miami gear and hat and all that good stuff. Not like Peter Brown wearing that Dallas hat, which is kind of embarrassing if you ask me. But if you've got
it's on the ground, it's on the floor, Ed. It's on the floor.
It's a whole new level. What's on the floor? Your credit card?
The hat.
Oh,
here you go.
Gotcha.
Here you go. Inter Miami currently is sold only 419 pre-sales.
Oh.
They need another 2,577.
No, 581. Don't make it
Oh,
hard
wrong
for
one.
us.
I clicked the wrong one. I looked away.
Yeah.
They need more.
2581.
That's how many more they need. They only currently have 419.
Come on, people. Let's pledge and let's.
We're not going to get it until they get to 3,000. Now,
we need to.
When I
gotta make it happen.
I was at one of the preseason games. I talked to somebody at the stadium who was working for their foundation, and whatever money is raised goes to that foundation. So whenever you buy a license plate, it goes to their foundation, and they said they had some big plans this year to get out and get the message out. And I told the lady, you better do something and she had a sample of the plate right there. And I'm like, damn, the plate looks nice. But, we got a long way to go. But
Patrick's saying that we, last time he checked, there were only a few hundred. So I guess we're starting to do a little bit better. I guess we should maybe start promoting this.
Yeah, but it's not up to us. It's up to the team. I mean, yes, we could try to do our part. But currently in first place of pre-sales. This is just the pre-sale. People that have not yet had it made. The best one is Best Buddies. Whoever Best Buddies is.
I think they're a charity. I remember them from something. Yeah, but I thought they already had one. I thought I already saw a Best Buddies plate out there. But
Dan Marino campus. Dan Marino can only get 690, so I guess we shouldn't feel too bad.
Right.
I don't know.
United. Well, we got to make this happen, guys. So let's try.
I want my plate, folks. Order your plate. It's only cost you the pre-sale, if I remember correctly, costs like $31, $32, something low. It's low, $30 basically, and you get the pre-sale. So. All right, Ed. I think we've done good work. And speaking of good work, are we going to be doing some more good work tomorrow?
Yes, we will. We'll be talking, same stuff like right now, but we'll be doing it in Espanol, in Spanish, tomorrow at 9 p.m. live. I will be talking to somebody, one of the supporters. I'm going to try to get, if you're interested, send us a message, put a comment, and you can speak to me every Monday at 9 p.m. We'll talk about this same show, what we're talking here, but in Espanol.
In Spanish.
So, yeah, I'll be doing a lot of complaining tomorrow. If you're ready to hear it in Spanish, tune in tomorrow.
Our friend Patrick Barnhill says he covered his heat plate with Inter Miami stickers. Looks good. That's a way to do it, I guess.
You could do it.
I guess that's how you do it at this part. A new Weissman is asking for the Nerd Show back. We got burned out. I got burned out doing that, to be honest. But
yeah. But maybe in the future.
Maybe. Let's be honest. Not many people are watching it. So, anyways. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. And hopefully this week I will have that unboxing video up. I didn't do it last week. Was feeling under the weather last week. Hopefully I'm better this week. So far I am, so I should be good to go. And so we'll hopefully do that this week. Lots of content coming your way, but share with everybody. Tell your friends. Tell them to come here Sunday evenings, 7 p.m. Have some fun with us. You guys in the chat, you make it great and you make it fun. So thanks for being here. See ya, everybody.